again, fans of the brutal. My name is Schii, and I'm going to be talking about the basic fundamental of what I believe is the key to unlocking your ability to scream, and that is your use of your bottom vocal cords. Now, it's not entirely necessary. There are a couple kinds of screams that you can do without utilizing these, but by using these and getting comfortable with them, you will unlock a massive amount of potential fun, cool vocal effects that you can do. So I think it's very necessary. Just as a fair warning, they will probably feel sore because a lot of people don't use your bottom chords that often in day-to-day talking, even though you do sometimes, and those kind of examples are how you get comfortable using them. But it will feel like you've gotten overused, or maybe like you have a slight cold, but it shouldn't be painful. It should just be a, wow, I've never used those before and they're very sore. But to start things off, you can use those chords to give yourself overtones in pretty much any vocal register, whether it's really low, which almost sounds like a didgeridoo, like here, those bottom chords, to even high resonance, or your high overtone, which is kind of like what Axl Rose and some of the other artists like that do. That's normal. That kind of buzz that goes along with it is those same chords being used, although it's kind of difficult to, it's easier to feel the bottom ones. It's easier to work your way up from the bottom to the top rather than try to hit that buzz from the top. So then you can also do it in your mid would be great if I could talk, your middle register is I can't quite connect all three of them yet. Still working on it. Even if you're good at it, you still have places you can work. So that's that. So how I kind of figured out I had them was, you've heard Christian Bale as Batman. Everybody knows he talks like this. It's real low and spooky and fearsome. So that is one way that I found out I had my bottom vocal cords, was trying to mimic that sound. Now, for those of you that aren't necessarily good at mimicking, like a sound that you hear, like I learned through mimicry, that's how I learned. But one usage of these that you do, I assume you would do fairly frequently, is if you sigh really heavily. You just do that a couple times. Just like you just got fired for a bogus reason, and you're just like. So you can feel that rattle. Or if you just like you're get to a point where you can feel that rattle that's kind of coming down here, like something's just like wobbling around a little bit. Now, when you feel that, try to see if you can extend that, if you can keep that kind of rattle going for a little while, and eventually, as they get a little stronger, it'll feel more like resonance and oscillation, more than just like something just kind of flopping around. And when you get to that point, that's when you can start really doing this, and it'll take days and weeks and maybe even months of practice to get good at this before you can really use it, because like all things, practice makes perfect. But just keep working at it, and eventually it shouldn't hurt for more than a week. Like if you're doing this, assuming like every day, by the time you've done it for a week, if that, it should stop being sore. So if something's still feeling sore, you should stop doing it. And I don't want to say go see a doctor, because you're not going to screw yourself up that badly, hopefully. But yeah. So just try extending that to being like, you do your sign, and you just keep it going. And if you keep doing that, you'll hopefully get to a point eventually where you can kind of feel something kind of trying to pop out, like And then when you can get that going, that's when you can actually start using it. And it creates, like a lot of popular bands do this for their vocals, like James Hetfield from Metallica. Hey, 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 when I'm going. I don't even know the words of that song, but you get the idea. To George Thorogood, well, I drink alone, yeah, with nobody else. That kind of thing. I'm not too good at that kind of singing yet, but that's how you do it, and that's how I use. That's what I use to give my screams a bottom end, to give it some just real gritty oomph to the bottom of it. Because you hear a lot of bands like, say, Children of Bodom, and they've just got these really raspy, nasally screams that just don't really have any like fierce, masculine, like ass-kicking oomph at the bottom of it. And I think that's what screaming is all about. I'm sure you will agree. That's why metal is the greatest music genre in the world. And so, yeah, work on that. Leave your comments in the video. Tell me what you think. Ask me questions. I will be happy to make more videos if you have a good question. Yeah, so just work on that. Take care. Keep brutal.